Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 24. Now, if you watched the last episode, you'll know just how close we are actually getting towards medium size. As you can see, we currently have 54 popularity in Ontario. We are 5 points of popularity away from going up to medium size. Now, obviously, we also need 35 in either Quebec or Manitoba, and as you can see, we are only 4 points away as we have 31 in both of those regions. Do I think we'll go up in size this episode? Probably not. However, we do have a good chance, and as you can probably tell by the title, depending on what happens this episode, we've got a good chance of breaking over $1 million in our bank, which I think is going to be the goal we try and go for in this episode. Now, of course, if you watched the last episode as well, you know that we signed another veteran Canadian wrestler that was he had a pretty integral part in the final show of last episode, the big sort of end of month pay-per-view, and he got involved during the main event, and of course that man is Mr. Zeus Maximilian. Now we've also got a pay rise request here for Taylor Norton, but it's only going to be an extra $45. And we've also got Angry Gilmore relocating to Ontario. So, pretty happy with that. He also lost his ring rust in that last episode. So, he's actually performing to his proper ability there. Unfortunately, though, his stamina is it seems to be dropping by 1 point every month there. So, it's going to come a time where he's going to no longer sort of be able to wrestle in those 20-minute long matches. I think he's already being dinged for stamina at the moment, and that's only going to get worse. And eventually, we're going to get the road agent warning that he's not able to perform in matches that long, which is kind of going to suck. But I guess in the meantime, we could still maybe do like a 16-minute main event match with a slow build for him. That might also work. Anyway, we've got a lot of interesting stuff to do. Like I said, Zeus Maximilian did get involved in the main event, and he did cost Angry Gilmore the title. It was his first opportunity against Davis Wayne Newton to actually win our world championship. And unfortunately, like I said, there was an interference by Zeus, and I guess that's going to it's going to be our main storyline, I guess, for this episode going forward into that next end of month pay-per-view. Okay, so we're expecting a lot of fans, almost 5,300, which, as you can see, is an additional 300 expected compared to what we got. I just want to make sure, actually. Yeah, so I don't want to be in the arena. I want to be in Ottawa. I want to just make sure we can get every single fan into the show. Anyway, the main event for this show, I think is going to be a decent one. I think we want to have Goldstein and Zeus Maximilian. Now, Zeus is also very old. He's actually older than our boy Angry Gilmore. So, yeah, he's also got the ring rust. He does have a little bit higher stamina, but again, he's in the same sort of boat, literally losing 1 point per month. Also, he's very talented, extremely talented. Not as talented as Gilmore, but I think he's on that same level. And we're just going to be using these guys, at least, in the short term as main eventers. But they will primarily, I would say, I don't want to give too much away, but they're probably going to be a tag team in the coming months together once we book them in a storyline together. So, yeah, Zeus is going to get the win here. I wonder if Gilmore could go into color commentary. That'd be pretty interesting. Anyway, it's going to be called Slow Built, and it should rate pretty highly. Obviously, Goldstein's very good, as we see from his stats here. Actually, he pretty much looks very similar to Zeus. But yeah, Zeus does have that ring rust as well. So that could also be a bit of a problem. Probably should have hired Zeus as soon as he was released by US Pro. Might have been a better option. But anyway, one thing I do want to do, I want to add a new tag team, and it's going to be Americana and Blue Dragon together. I feel like we just need them as a team together. So Americana, Blue Dragon. I think we'll just call them Americana and Blue Dragon. I didn't really think about a good, team name. Maybe if you guys have a team name, that'd be a decent little way for us to actually give them a proper name. Maybe we'll just suggest. Yeah, I really don't see anything that's going to fit them. So let's just stick with Americana and Blue Dragon. I mean, I kind of feel like Red, White, and Blue would be a decent tag team name for them. They are both American, so obviously that kind of makes sense. But, they do have the blue and white there on the mask of Blue Dragon. And obviously the red, white, and blue for Americana. Could be a decent team name. Let's call them that. Red, white, and blue. Maybe we'll change it, but I guess for now we'll keep it as red, white, and blue. So we're going to book them into a tag team match. I think I do want to actually give them the win. I mean, Blue Dragon has very, very low popularity, but I want Americana to get over his morale issues. Let's have them just take on Doomsday Generation. I think that's a good enough match. And of course, both members of the match itself do have a somewhat overworker, so it's gonna be okay as far as an actual match goes. All right, next up, I want to go for. I do want to get Davis onto the show, so I think he can verse maybe someone else down the card a little bit. Let's go for maybe Louise Frost. I know he's got cool momentum, but Luis is like the worst out of our 3 members of our stable, Brothers for Life. So if we can get him to just, speed up his improvement just a little bit, I think that'd be pretty beneficial. I was also going to do the color commentary, wasn't I? So Angry. Let's go all. Yeah. Okay. So he's going to be on color commentary. So I guess with him there, we also need to, put him in a match. Because he's going to be paid either way, just for appearing. So maybe we have him and Jack Pride. Jack Pride does have a mentor, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. Okay, I feel like that'd be a really good mentor-protege relationship. Gilmore and Jack Pride. I feel like it could be pretty beneficial. And I guess they can take on. Let's go for the Rock City Stars. Just a 12-minute match. We'll give Gilmore the win because obviously he is by far the most over in the match. Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't really want to do any sort of distraction. But what we will do is an angle. Now, I do have one more match to book, but I want to do this angle before I forget. So, after the main event, we're going to actually do an angle after. And we are going to have Zeus and Angry Gilmore actually fight it out. How long can a fighting angle go for? I think it can only go for 4 minutes. If I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it's 4 minutes. I do need to put. I think I might actually put them in their own storyline together as well. Yeah, so let me get rid of that. Let's scrap that out of there. So that's going to go on after the main event. I think we'll give Zeus an angle prior, where he's just going to cut an angle by himself and essentially address the crowd and talk about why he screwed Angry Gilmore out of that World Championship match. Alright, so let's book that other match before I forget. And it's just going to be a bit of a throwaway match again. I think we'll have Diaz take on a bit of a jobber in Robin Newman. just a a tune-up match. We haven't really used Diaz too much since he really lost his world title quite a few episodes ago. We also need storytelling, so there we go. Make it the tag team match there, and then we need some more angles. So we want Gilmore, and I guess we'll go with Jack Pride as well, because that could be a pretty interesting. Like I said, it'd be pretty cool if they had a mentor-protege relationship. Next, we'll talk about Davis and the fact that I think he might actually be the most defended world champion that we've had. I'm going to go check that in a second. But I think his 6 title defenses is now the most we've ever had. No, so he's tied with Americana. Okay, so I guess that angle doesn't really make a lot of sense now. Anyway, I guess it can be an angle for him saying that he is still the world champion, and he's looking forward to becoming the most defended world champion in CWC history, which obviously will be his next big pay-per-view match. It won't be this episode, but it will be the episode following. And that match in itself, I've already got it booked in my mind, is going to be a very, very good match. Anyway, what else do we need? I feel like we've got enough. I might make this the Work the Crowd match because it's going to go on first. But apart from that, I think we've got enough angles with that finale. So yeah, let's run the show. All right, so we start off with a 54 rated opening match. We have James Diaz defeating Robin Newman in 11:44 by pinfall with a thunderous powerbomb. Diaz getting a 63 in-ring performance there. That's a really solid match. And a 63, that seems a little bit higher than what Diaz has been getting recently. So I'm definitely happy with that. He seems to be even improving more than I thought he was, if that makes sense. All right. So we then go into a 61 rated angle here for Angry Gilmore and Primetime Jack Pride. But unfortunately, Primetime Jack Pride struggled. He was very poor without a script to follow. So unfortunate, but I don't really want to be scripting Gilmore there. I think he's way too good. He's got like 82 microphone ability and of course really good charisma as well. Their tag team match does really well though. You get a 60 rated match here for a 12-minute match that I thought would be pretty good, but I didn't expect it to actually hit a 60. And we have Angry Gilmore and Primetime Jack Pride defeating the Rock City Stars in 12:25 when Angry Gilmore pinned Rock and Ryan Turner with an anger management. As you'd expect, Jack Pride, the weak link, with a 38 in the ring. I want to take a quick look at the dirt sheet here. Okay, so he only got penalized in this match for inconsistency and a declining physical ability. So that's not actually too bad. As long as it's like very limited penalties for Gilmore, I think he should be rating pretty highly. And of course, he got a 57, which I think is what he got in that world title match in the last episode. So he's consistent, which is good. Moving into an 85 rated angle. Of course, usually I would script Davis, but we forgot to do it this time. And as you can see, he manages to pull it off with an 85. And he's vying to become our greatest ever and most defended world champion. And he puts over the fact that, he's not happy at the way things ended. And he feels like Angry Gilmore was a true competitor. And there were moments when, he was a little bit nervous and he found himself on the end of, some decent offense by Gilmore that potentially could have cost him the belt. And of course, Zeus coming in and essentially saving his title reign. So, be very interesting. We then go into a 65 rated match. The carry artist, the GOAT himself, Davis Wayne Newton, defeating Luis Frost in 11:44 by pinfall with a fisherman suplex. 65 rated match. And a 78 in-ring there for Davis. Yeah, he's shown in this match. I mean, what can you say? He is the GOAT. And if we... part of me just kind of wants to get him onto an exclusive written contract right now. I can actually do that. I'm pretty sure I can do it. Once you get to a certain point as a small-size company, you can indeed do that. So I think we might look at that possibility. The only thing I'm worried about is if we offer him an exclusive written contract, I have a feeling that all these other companies, all these other medium-sized companies, are going to offer him a contract as well. Then we'll be in a bidding war, and we're going to have to fork out probably some serious money. Now, obviously, I know that's going to happen regardless, whether we go up to medium size or not. I'm just hesitant because we are a small company right now, and there might be more sort of intrigue in wrestling in a medium-sized company for him personally. So I'm worried about that. I'm not sure if that's an actual thing, but in my mind, that does kind of make sense. Anyway, moving on. That's not a bad match either. So our sort of random tag team match, we get a 42. We have the new team, Red, White, and Blue, defeating Doomsday Generation in 12:02 when Americana pinned Wicked Lester with a Freedom Splash. Blue Dragon was really off his game, so that's unfortunate. But look at that, Original Sinner with a 30 in-ring performance. Oh my goodness, he's done it, ladies and gentlemen. He's done it. Getting a 30. Incredible stuff. I honestly never thought I would see the day. I was kind of used to him getting like a 23. Anyway, happy with that. We then move into a 62 rated angle here from our new addition to the roster, Zeus Maximilian. And he did improvise well. And basically he says that, you know, he's got some feelings towards Angry Gilmore. And they're not good feelings. They're bad feelings. And he feels like he's here in the coalition to upset the apple cart. You know, nobody's going to be getting victories on him. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. And if he doesn't like someone, he's going to make their life a living hell. And of course, Angry Gilmore was the first recipient to the Reign of Zeus. I guess that's going to be his catchphrase, even though he's not actually the champion yet. But there we go, 62. And the main event, that is a solid main event. I wasn't expecting a 70. We get a 70 rating for our main event. We have Zeus Maximilian defeating Ozzy Goldstein in 20 minutes 24 seconds by pinfall with a Thunderbolt. That's really good. Got a 63 in-ring from Zeus. And Zeus is 45 years old, don't forget. He's older than Angry Gilmore. Okay, so there's no penalty there for stamina, which obviously his stamina is a little bit higher, but he also doesn't have ring rust either. So there we go. We don't have to worry about that, and he's already performing. This is what I essentially thought was going to happen with Gilmore when we first brought him in. So it's pretty funny, but anyway, super pleased. That's a solid main event. And then we go into a 61 rated angle where we have Angry Gilmore, who was on color commentary, of course, during that main event. And yeah, he brawls with Zeus Maximilian in the ring. And of course, they have to be separated by by one referee and some of our other roster members. So yeah, the storyline is born. Well, it was already born back at the big pay-per-view show at the end of last month, but it's on now. It's on well and good, and they're going to be booked into a match for this month's big pay-per-view. All right, and yeah, that's a solid rated show. I think it's at our second highest show now, considering we got was it 71 last episode. I think it was 71, and yeah, we get a 70 rated show here for a championship bout from Ottawa. Of course, increasing our popularity, so Still doing some good work there. Anyway, we need to praise Americana. We need to praise Goldstein as well. And I think I want to praise Zeus, because that was a very impressive performance by him as well, despite being 45 years old. So, pleasantly pleased and surprised. But yeah, perfect stuff. I mean, almost couldn't have asked for a better start there. Now, I just want to take a quick look at the popularity here. So 128,000 viewers there on WrestleWorld. And let's have a look at size. We are up to 55 popularity. 55 in Ontario, and we're up to 32 in Quebec. Now let's have a look at something very quick. I want to have a look at Davis. How much would he actually cost for an exclusive written contract? Alright, so 17,000 per month. Now, with his age, I would only want it to be like a 4-year contract. If we did events and A shows, we could probably get it a bit lower. Let's try maybe 15,000. Actually, I might lowball him, but let's try 14. I'm just worried that we're going to lose him. That's the only problem. But even if we do lose him, I feel like we kind of have enough about us now with Zeus, with Angry Gilmore, Aussie Goldstein still around. We're not going to cover travel, because you don't need to do that with a written contract. Okay, so actually he does want 17,200. Okay. He'll actually take 15% merchandise? Really? I think we're going to do it. We're going to try. Like I said, if we lose him, we lose him. But I mean, he is our star. He is the GOAT. And we're going to try and re-sign the GOAT to a nice 4-year contract. Which would be pretty perfect, to be honest. Alright. Let's advance to the next show, and I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I said, we are still only small. We're very, very close. Like I said, medium size will probably be next episode. That's how close we are. Oh, I'm just worried that other companies are going to come in and steal him. And he is our world champion. Like I said, I want him to become the most defended world champion. And that's sort of his storyline at the moment. But we're going to have to wait and see what's actually going to happen. I feel like ACPW, I mean, if I was ACPW, I would come in right now and just offer a bit of a better contract. Maybe they don't have the money. That could be a possibility. But the thing is, even if... Alright, so this is a good way of looking at written contracts, right? So he was on I guess he was on a relatively low amount before, correct? He was only on about, I think it was only like 600 or something per actual appearance. Now, obviously, 17,000 per month is significantly more, without a shadow of a doubt. But he's also our best member on the roster, best wrestler, world champion, right? But that's going to allow us to use him 4 times. We're only going to pay a maximum of 17,000 for him wrestling those 4 times at the moment, of course. Once we go up to medium, we'll probably get a TV show as well. And I don't think we're actually too far off getting a pay-per-view deal as well, at least in Canada. So that's another thing, that could financially... Okay, so here we go. It's expensive. Don't get me wrong. 17,000 is very, very expensive. But if we were to lose him... bad stuff. Ooh, oh my goodness. Imagine. No, there's absolutely no way we can, I mean, we can't afford 204,000 per month. But just looking at that, how long has he been there? Ernest Youngman has not been at TCW that long. Yeah, I mean, he left... Okay, so he's nearly been there for 2 years. Yeah, nearly been there for 2 years. And he's literally like, I would say probably their top 3 or 4 most popular workers. And I mean, he's probably one of their most talented. I think Aaron Andrews. Let me show you Aaron Andrews for a second here. Let's go to companies, TCW, and Aaron Andrews. Look at his popularity. He has 100s across both America and Canada. That is insane. He's got 85 in the Maritimes, but that's just because that particular region is extremely hard to get any sort of popularity in. He is the ace. He literally is the ace. And he just won back the world title. He's pretty incredible, to be fair. Let's be real. He is very, very good. But yeah, he just recently got a 100 rated match. I noticed when I was off camera. He got a 100 rated match with Titan, of all people. So there we go. Anyway, let's did we actually do that contract? Did we accept it? I hope I did. I don't actually know if I accepted it. But yeah, I mean, there we go. I don't even think we would be able to offer Ernest any type of contract. He probably wouldn't want to come to us. So yeah, where is he? So look at his yeah. So okay, we accepted it. Good thing. So that's going to take a decent amount of our what do you call it? Decent amount of our profit away, because that's it's essentially $17,000. I mean, if you think about it, he was only being paid about nearly 700 per appearance, so that would only be about 1,400 for 2 shows, which would be what, 2,800. So we're essentially spending nearly an extra 15 to 14,000 extra just by tying him up to that exclusive written contract, which maybe some of you are upset about because it doesn't really make a lot of sense right now. But I feel like, you know, it was probably only a matter of time, and now he is sewn up, and I don't have to worry about losing him. And looking at the rest of the roster, the only other person would probably be Diaz that I wouldn't want to lose. Maybe Osono as well, but I don't really think there's too much of a threat for Osono to be leaving, because we've really tried to focus on not really using him, so we can 6,200. Oh my god. Okay, don't even worry. Do not even worry about that written contract. The extra 1,000 fans we're going to get for this show is going to more than make up for it. Okay. Well, yeah, what do we do for a main event? That is a good question. Let's have a tag team match. We're going to have Gilmore on one side, Zeus on the other side. And I got an interesting finish to this match. But who are the other people we want to use? I don't think I actually want to put Davis in the match. Actually, maybe I do. Let's put him onto Zeus's team. And then I guess we'll put Goldstein onto Gilmore's team. Yeah, I was going to go maybe Jack Pride, but yeah, I think we'll stick with that. We'll maybe go Diaz. Let's go Diaz instead. Did his popularity go down? I feel like it did. I feel like he was in the 50s, yeah. Who did he lose to in the last episode? He must have lost to somebody. We have a look. I guess it was, yeah, Young and Wasted defeating Not a Team. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Oh, I just exited out. Perfect. Okay. So let's rebook that. Gilmore, Diaz, and then Zeus and Davis. So they're all going to be involved together. 20 minutes. But the match is going to finish a draw. There is going to be no winner. And, yeah, there's going to be some interesting, things going on. So we'll call it in the ring. And, going to be a decisive draw because both members are going to... Well, the match is essentially going to finish as a double DQ finish. And there we go. So basically what's going to happen is these two are just going to continue to brawl. They don't even really care about the fact that... Yeah, there he is there. Let me remove him out of here. Yeah, so he's got fairly good success, so that'll give him a little boost. Let's add a new storyline. What should we call it? I don't even know what to call the storyline. Maybe, let's go The Power of Zeus. Spelled his name wrong. The Power of Zeus. Maybe versus the Angriness. Yeah, that doesn't really look correct. Versus, I guess, the anger of Gilmore. I think that's a pretty cool storyline name. Versus the anger of Gilmore. Okay. I kind of like that, actually. Sounds very interesting. And there is Gilmore. So it's just going to be those two in that storyline together. I mean, there really doesn't need to be anybody else in the storyline. So that'll get us kick-started. I think we'll have an angle before that, like a war of words. Either before it or maybe after it. I think we might go after. And I think I might have an angle between Davis and Gilmore. And, yeah, where maybe Gilmore accuses Davis of, you know, essentially being in cahoots with Zeus, obviously coming out, getting involved in the match, allowing him to retain, and now he's, you know, partnering up with him in this main event. Anyway, it's a pretty cool way for us to book that storyline, I guess. Up next, I guess we'll give Goldstein a match as well. I think he can maybe verse Osono. The thing is, I want to make Osono lose a little bit more because his popularity is starting to creep up. It really is. It's up to 43 already. And as we know how good he is, I think the match can probably be called as well. He's incredibly talented, in the ring especially. As you can see, 81 basics, can call matches, pretty good primary skills there as well. Just need to be careful. Up next, we'll go tag team action. Let's go Los Hermanos 3. Of course, they lost their tag team titles. And I guess they can maybe take on Young and Wasted. Actually, yeah, let's give them collateral damage instead. Want them to get a nice little momentum victory there. And we'll give Marco the victory in this one as well. Again, he's one of our other sort of top stars that we are trying to book up into a main eventer as well. The next match we'll go for... let's go for Zelquin, and he can take on Jack Pride, I think. I want to try and give Jack Pride the win here as well. Just because I don't like Zelquin, so... I guess we can try and praise Zelquin. He's going to complain for the match, but I'll keep him strong and he can lose anyway, so... There we go. Don't really care too much about that match in particular. How many have we got? We've got 4 matches. Let's maybe go another tag team match. Let's go Feel Good Inc. And they can take on a random team of Charlie Corner and Cortland Bartlett. It's obviously going to be a non-title match, but Zippy Deverell going to pick up the pinfall victory there. Charlie Corner's another guy I should really try and do something with. So yeah, non-title. We'll make this our storytelling. And we are good to go. So let's book angles. Now, I said I wanted an Angry Gilmore Davis angle. So I'm going to script this one, I think, just because... Actually, I don't think I need to script it. I don't think I'll... Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. I guess, in theory, this angle would be a bit of back and forth there as well. So we'll chuck that before, then I want to have another angle afterwards, which is, again, going to be a war of words. Actually, maybe I'll start off with Zeus at the front, and then we'll go Angry Gilmore next. So this could be our best ever angle. I have a feeling this potentially could get a 90 rating. Although it doesn't have a hot storyline associated. Although it might. It might, depending on how the match goes. Although I guess the storyline wouldn't be hot anyway. What am I doing here? Messing things up, as per usual. Okay. What else do we need to do? Let's, of course, in the last episode, we also had Malik Chamberlain, who is leaving for an exclusive handshake contract, which is ridiculous. But Deanna Desire did actually turn on him. So what we're going to do here is have Deanna Desire and Yutaro Sono, and they are going to be linking up as manager and client. So Sono is going to find himself under the wing of Deanna Desire, or she helped him get the victory over Chamberlain. And I guess finally we'll do one more angle. We'll just go for Feel Good Inc. Of course, they're our new tag team champions. So we'll go for Gary Walker. And we shall go for Zippy Deverell. We'll give them some success in this angle as well. And Art Reed is fine to be the road agent. Probably has to be at this point. Okay, so there we go. That looks like a pretty good show as well. And we start off with a 75 rated angle from Feel Good Inc. And of course, they're celebrating with the crowd, and of course, they're talking about their long journey to finally becoming the Coalition Tag Team Champions. And Zippy says that he's incredibly proud of Gary, and the selflessness that he had to give up the aspirations of becoming the world champion. And Zippy's just very thankful, because obviously Gary's a little bit older than Zippy, and they're on the same page. They got on the same page after they had a bit of a coming together, and of course they're now the new tag team champions. So, and as you can see, they're doing pretty well. They're pretty hot at the moment. This match, however, not too good. We get a 48 rating, where we do have Feel Good Inc. defeating Charlie Corner and Cortland Bartlett in 11:45, when Zippy Deverell pinned Charlie Corner with a lip service. And yeah, Charlie Corner was really off his game in this one. Moving on to a 40 rated match. And again, this one was, we had to keep Zelquin strong, but we got Jack Pride defeating Zelquin in 12:19 by pinfall with a Pride fall. Good to see Jack getting a 38 to Zelquin's 40 for their in-ring performances. So he is improving. Jack Pride is improving, which is very good to see, because he has the entertainment stats. We know he can get over. We can get him popular if we really wanted to, just by using him in angles. But I really want to focus on getting him good in the ring, because if he does that, he'll become a star, essentially. Alright, so we then move into our other tag team match on the show. Of course, the main event being the exception there as well. We get a 44 here, and we do have the former champions Los Hermanos 3 defeating Collateral Damage in 11:38, when Marco Gonzalez submitted Chip Martin with a Latino crab. And as you'd expect, Leocati LeBlanc being the weak link, and he was off his game as well, only getting a 20 in-ring performance. I don't know what to do with this guy. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't think he's ever going to become good enough. His basics and his psychology is just too low. We'll keep working at it, but he's already caused a couple of injuries. He's got the best entertainment stats in the whole company, but I just don't know if there's more of an upside apart from that. Of course, in the actual hot prospects, it says that he has, I've never seen this one before either, he has the potential to become a megastar. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. All right, we then move into a 53 rated angle where we have Deanna Desire and Yuta Sono, and they formally come together, and now Deanna is officially the manager of Yuta Sono. And she says that she's very happy to have the best up-and-coming talent in the CWC. His match, I knew this one was going to be pretty good just for the two competitors in it. So we get a 60 rated match here where we have Aussie Goldstein defeating Yuta Sono in 12:01 by pinfall with that golden shower finisher. And yeah, it's a really solid match, really solid. 72 in ring for Goldstein there, with a Sono picking up a 50 for himself as well. Solid. All right, we then go into a 74 rated angle. Apparently the segment deserved better announcing, but that's weird because our announcing is better than our color commentary. But anyway, so here we have, of course, Angry Gilmore accusing the world champion Davis Wayne Newton of aligning himself with Zeus Maximilian. And of course he says, you know, Zeus cost me my world title opportunity. I don't care what you said last week. You were the beneficiary of him interfering, keeping your title, getting another defense. And, you know, I was your most fierce competitor up till that stage. And I want a rematch, basically, is what he says. Davis, you know, he rejects the claims, even though, you know, he's going to be teaming up with Zeus in the main event up next. But yeah, it's a solid 74 rated angle. I'm hoping that the post-main event angle will do better than that. Hopefully it will with Zeus and Gilmore. The main event itself does really... Oh, no, man. Injury. The main event does really well, though. We get a 71, which is, you know, it's above what I expected. But yeah, we have Angry Gilmore and James Diaz drawing with Zeus Maximilian and Davis Wayne Newton in 1931, following a double disqualification. And as you'd expect, Davis carrying the match with an 83 in-ring performance. And would you look at that? Would you look at that? Zeus Maximilian and Davis Wayne Newton showed excellent chemistry teaming together. That's hilarious. Okay, well, I was going to take this storyline a bit of a different way, but just seeing that kind of makes me want to do something a bit different. Yeah. Anyway, we also had Zeus sustaining a broken nose in this match, and he was slowed by injury somewhat. So potentially this match could have, you know, been better than it actually was. Let's have a look at the dirt sheet here. Okay, so yeah, you got a penalty for working injured, penalty for declining physical ability. The segment rating was also penalized again for a disruption by injury. Yeah, interesting. Declining physical ability there for Gilmore as well, and some inexperience there for Diaz. All in all, though, Gilmore also getting better at his gimmicks, so that's a really solid main event. Really good. I'm happy to see that excellent chemistry there between those two. Like I said, I was going to go a different way, but I think I might change the way I was going. And the post-main event angle getting us a 77. Pretty good. Lower than what I expected. Like I said, it would have been nice to hit a 90, but it is what it is. As you can see, Zeus Maximilian was very underwhelming. The performance of Gilmore was fantastic. But they both did really well with no script. So, and as you can see, we got penalized for having weak announcing and color commentary. So that kind of sucks. But still a good rating, 77. We end the show, we get a 69, so 1 point lower than our last show. Still really good. Very happy with that. Let's do some more praising. Let's go for, I guess we'll go Zelquin, just to try and get rid of those morale issues. We didn't use... Actually, let's go Zeus, because he might be upset about the injury. So we'll go Zeus again. And then I think we'll go... I don't know. Maybe Diaz. I think Diaz was probably the... If there was a botcher in the match, it probably would have been Diaz. So We'll praise him as well. I would like to get Callie Slick in if he's available. He's probably not. I think GSW are medium size now as well, so they might have signed him, or he might already be at US Pro potentially, because I know they do like to sign him up. All right, so yeah, Ernest extending his deal with TCW. Art Reed thinks Chip Martin's going to be a star. We get over 129,000 viewers. And there we go. It was indeed a botched move from Diaz. That's annoying. Do they have a negative relationship? Yeah, they got simmering tension now as well. Come on, Diaz. What is he doing, man? What is he doing? He should not be botching. And they both have morale issues now as well. Come on. Ugh, why do they have to do this to me? They're trying to ruin all my plans. And there we go. We are currently over $1 million in the bank. We've actually... Oh my goodness. We're already above the entire profit we made last month. Oh my god. Size? We're still at 56. Actually, were we 50? Hold on. We went up again, didn't we? We were 55 a second ago. What is happening? 3 points away from medium, and 2 points in the other regions. It's literally going to happen next episode. That is crazy. Episode 25, we are going up to medium size. I have to say, I didn't expect it. I did not expect it to come this soon. I'll take a sip of water. Alright, well. The progress... Since we got into the Wrestle World, I feel like the progress has just been steamrolling ahead. Like with the financials, the popularity, the fact that we've now signed Davis to an exclusive written contract. Everything is just like falling into place. The merchandise as well, we've been improving that every time we can, which is definitely something I should have done. And a lot of you guys were talking about that back in like episode 15, 16, 17, all those three, until I finally did it. Yeah, I just can't believe that we're almost medium. Blows my mind. I really like the look of that guy there, Carlos Bonner. Very talented. I'm assuming he's still with TCW. I think as soon as we hit medium size, I'm gonna try and sign Will Beaumont, who is my favorite wrestler in TEW 2020 at the moment, in the C-verse, of course. Obviously, a lot of you guys know exactly how good he is, and of course, once we bring him in, a lot of you other guys that haven't really used him too much will kind of see just how good he actually is. He's essentially the Australian Hulk Hogan at about 20... Well, I think he starts off at like 22 years old. Ooh, Malik Chamberlain being offered a contract. I'm assuming that's an exclusive written contract, as opposed to PSW's exclusive handshake. Oh, perfect. So Zeus is back. Chamberlain's already left, which is fine, because he had massive morale issues as well. So yeah, Deanna needs a client. Let's go to... Where is he? Sono, and we need to give him... Not gimmick. What am I doing? So manager, Deanna Desire. And we'll save that there. So she's now managing him, which is perfect. But these morale issues, they're going to be a problem. Again, we're going to try and get rid of them. through praise. I don't really want to give out money, if we're being honest, because we've only finally just broken the $1 million in the bank account. But this is it's definitely going to be a really good month. That is for sure. We've got an incident here with Zelquin. Turned up high on soft drugs. Okay, fired. Yeah, I don't care if he's got a simmering tension. That's unacceptable. And I mean, he already had the morale issues, so I really couldn't care less, to be honest. Bye-bye. I mean, he was always complaining about working with other people anyway. Even people that were, like, more popular than him. So I just didn't really understand that all that much. Now, I don't really know what I want to do in this main event. Actually, we need to, let me go back before we start booking. I want to try and medal between Zeus and James. Come on, man. I really want to get rid of that one. That's a real negative. What are we going to do, though? I have absolutely no idea. Let's do this. So we're going to do a bit of a throwaway main event because obviously we're in True Test, which is essentially the go home show. So what I want to do is have Zeus and Davis team up again, and I think they're going to take on the team of Young and Wasted. Yeah, we'll go Young and Wasted. That's going to go for 20 minutes in the main event. We'll give the victory. We'll give it to Zeus because he's got the morale issues at the moment, so cannot be called either. There we go. That's a decent main event, I think. And of course, Young and Wasted. I think they have morale issues as well. Oh no, it's Ryan Turner. Okay. Okay, so I need to remember that. Ryan Turner. Let's actually just book them straight into a tag match now. And I think they can take on Red, White, and Blue. So let's give Rock and Ryan Turner the victory. Make it the storytelling match as well. And then, of course, it'll be... don't think it can be called. I don't think. Have a look at Blue Dragon. It's pretty close. He's at 59, so... He's really not that far away. Alright, so singles matches. Let's give Diaz a singles match. He basically just needs a win. He can take on Bowden Snoop. I feel like we've done this match a lot of times, but I feel like Bowden is always a good guy to get in. He's pretty good in the ring, and he actually has decent popularity as well. Alright, so Diaz with that draw actually went back up to 51 popularity. And his psychology's gone up this month as well. Up to 71 brawling as well. Very impressive. I think what I want to do is ask Diaz to go up in size. Now that could be a bit of a mistake, as he's already a muscular heavyweight, but I want him to get into the 70s for star quality. I really want him to get up there. So I think that's going to be our next move, maybe next episode. Actually, we could try and do it now because obviously it does take some time to go up in size. So I guess we'll do it after this show. What else are we going to do? Let's go for... interesting. Let's go Gonzalez and Gilmore. I feel like that's a really good match for Gonzalez to be involved in. And again, I will change it to a 10-minute match. I know I always book 12-minute matches because that's what I feel like they should be going for at a minimum. But obviously, Gilmore has to go for 10. Hoping his yeah, it's still at 61 stamina, so that's okay. And our final singles match, let's go for Charlie Corner. We'll give Charlie a win. And I think he can... Yeah, Charlie versus Pepper. That's a decent match right there. It's really not, but there we go. Okay. Good old Pepper Pelton, eh? Don't really see him too often. Alright, so what do we want to do? I think what I want to do, at least for the post-main event, is we're going to have Zeus and Davis together. And it's going to be an Overness angle. And an Overness, ooh. Don't know if Overness can go for... We're going to try it. I don't think Overness can go for 8 minutes. I just don't know. Let's do this. So I'm going to go for Gilmore. And he's going to come out on entertainment. And let's do this actually instead. So let's go entertainment for Zeus. And I'm going to go fighting for Davis. And what's going to happen is Gilmore's going to come out to confront Zeus. And what's going to happen is... Alright, so... Gilmore confronts Zeus. Davis attacks Angry Gilmore in retaliation. I think that'll be decent, and they're going to align themselves together as well as a result. So that's going to advance our Power of Zeus versus the Anger of Gilmore storyline there. I like that angle, especially after the main event. So what else can we do? Let's go for the Rock City Stars. I think they're going to be the first title challengers. Well, I think that match will be a #1 contenders match against Red, White, and Blue, because they picked up a victory recently as well. Let's have Rock and Ryan Turner. And then we need Stan Manor as well. So we'll advance that. I think I want to have that come after their match. So that'll go there. Need an Angry Gilmore angle. Just by himself. I mean, he's almost guaranteed to get an 85. So there we go. Go up one there, and I guess we'll work the crowd with this match. Maybe give it to Charlie Corner. He does have decent entertainment skills. Let's do it. Let's give it to him. I'm gonna make it regular because we're only at 100 minutes. So, oh, actually, I needed to do a. Do I need to do a pre-main event angle? Yeah, maybe. I don't really... I guess I'll do it. I'll do it. Trying to talk myself out of it, but we'll just give it to Zeus by himself. And I guess, actually, we'll do Angry Gilmore off camera. Off screen. So there we go. And it will just be... I guess it will be just Zeus talking trash about Angry Gilmore. That makes a lot of sense. He would definitely do that. And of course, all of it's building up to the next show, where they're gonna be facing each other in the main event. And some interesting things are gonna happen. Don't you worry about that. Okay, so I guess now that I've done that, let's make this a work the crowd match again. All right, there we go. Show is booked. Yeah, we get a 25 for Charlie Corner defeating Pepper Pelton in 11:55 by pinfall with a corner cutter. Good old Pepper, eh? Good old Pepper with a nice 25. And it was a poor way to start the show and took away the crowd's initial enthusiasm. And then by working the crowd, this match started to get the fans responding. Okay, whatever you say, game. That's very almost hypocritical by the game there. Anyway, we then move into a 73. So this angle would have been a lot better had it been to a hotter crowd. And obviously, if the last match wasn't a 25, it probably would have been much higher than a 73. But there we go. And of course, he's just talking about what's happening. He's not a fool. Angry Gilmore says he's not an idiot. He knows exactly what's happening, and the fact that Zeus is aligning himself with the world champion, and they're both in cahoots with each other. They know that Gilmore is a real threat, which is the reason why Zeus has gotten involved and why they find themselves on a collision course for the big pay-per-view. Then goes into his match, which gets a 50 rating, and we have Angry Gilmore defeating Marco Gonzalez in 10-15 by pinfall with an anger management. A nice 59 in ring there for Gilmore. Still getting better at his gimmick as well. So hopefully that'll get up to legendary. That'd be really nice. But once again, let's have a look at the dirt sheet. And yeah, just penalized for declining physical ability, so that's perfect. Nothing else there. So happy to get rid of the ring rust. Anyway, moving on to a 51 rated number 1 contenders tag team match, where we do have the Rock City Stars defeating Red, White, and Blue in 12:06 when Rock and Ryan Turner pinned Blue Dragon with a 6-string shooter. And then, yeah, Blue Dragon, weak link, but he just doesn't have any real popularity. It was also really off his game, so I guess that probably played into it a little bit as well. But he's also getting better at his gimmick, so positive with a negative, I'll take it. And of course, our new number 1 contenders are the Rock City Stars, and they will take on Feel Good Inc. for the Coalition Tag Team titles. We then move into their celebratory angle, where they say they're gonna become the Coalition Tag Team Champions. And 64 is really good. I feel like our tag team division is really, since we put in Los Hermanos, I feel like everything's just been elevated. Every team has sort of elevated themselves a little bit more. Maybe except for Young and Wasted, but I want to see how they do in this main event tonight. I think that'll be a big sort of talking point for the tag team division as well. 64 is really good, and of course, like I said, they're celebrating, saying they're going to become the tag team champions. We then go into a 53 rated match where we have James Diaz defeating Bowden Snoop in 12:25 by pinfall with a thunderous powerbomb. Could have seen not using his Asian thumb spike anymore. But yeah, really good match. Continuing Diaz's momentum. And again, we're going to have to praise him as well. Alright, we then go into a 55 rated angle. So not the best by Zeus Maximilian here. But as you can see, he's talking trash about Angry Gilmore. And of course, Gilmore just recently had his match, so he is backstage and not ready to come out and threaten Zeus Maximilian. The main event does pretty well. That actually did pretty well. We get a 67 rated main event here with Zeus Maximilian and Davis Wayne Newton defeating Young and Wasted in 20 minutes and 2 seconds when Zeus pinned Brett Kyle with a Thunderbolt. And then, yeah, Davis carrying the match. And again, we got the excellent chemistry teaming together between Zeus and Davis. So happy with that. And of course, the tag team specialist bonus there as well for Young and Wasted. And then finally, we get a 75 rated angle here where we have Gilmore coming out to confront Zeus, who was, again, starting to talk a little bit more smack. And yeah, Davis comes in and attacks Angry Gilmore in retaliation for his comments earlier about Davis and the fact that, I mean, we can essentially think that Gilmore called Davis Zeus's little bitch. That would probably be the one comment that would probably piss off the GOAT to that extent. And yeah, Davis attacking Gilmore, and of course the big match is already set up between Zeus and Gilmore for the next show. Zeus underperformed, which is unfortunate, and he was poor when trying to improvise dialogue. So there we go. Overall show rating, it's a little bit lower. Obviously, there was some bad matches on the show there, Pepper and Charlie. But yeah, we still get a 65, which is, I would say, pretty respectable. It's about what we kind of need. As you can see, did still increase popularity in Ontario. So very beneficial. Hopefully, we'll be up to a 57, which would be very nice. And we could potentially go up to 58 with the big pay-per-view, the next show. So let's praise Diaz. We need to praise Zeus and Rock and Ryan Turner as well. So we'll praise these three. And yeah, there we go. Hopefully those morale issues will start to disappear. I mean, in theory, they should. Which will be pretty beneficial. Because obviously the morale issues do actually cause a penalty for the matches there. Okay, El Ring offering a contract there to Zeus. Which is interesting because no companies were interested in Zeus prior to us offering him a contract. We get 131,000 viewers, so we're still creeping up. We're still creeping up. Looks like SWF have another B show, which is interesting. Actually, that might be an A show. I don't know. CBA is a pretty big network in the US. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. They do still have morale issues, which kind of sucks. Even Ryan Turner still has this morale issues there. So we're going to have to do some more work. Anyway, quickly check the size, and we have indeed gone up to 57. So all three shows so far this month have gained us a point of popularity, and we're up to 33 in Manitoba and Quebec. One thing I want to take a look at really quickly. Let's have a look at Canada. I want to have a look at that pay-per-view provider. I'm trying to remember who it was. So this was the other network we could get onto with 28 pop in 7 regions, which I think we're still quite a little bit away. How far are we away from UDemand, the pay-per-view carrier? We need 35 pop in 5 regions. How close are we to that? Because we're about to have 3 regions over 35. Ooh, it's actually going to take a while. What we could start doing, though, is running shows in another region to try and speed up that progress once we get to medium size. Doing that could also have its issues as well, though, because we could start to lose popularity in Ontario. But yeah, as you can see, we've got 3 regions. I mean, Saskatchewan is pretty close. They're at 22. But then Alberta and Maritimes both at a 13. Interesting that British Columbia is only at a 5. I find that very interesting. I'm assuming it has a lot to do with spillover. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. We could probably run our shows in maybe Alberta. Some of our shows. To try and increase that popularity a bit faster. That could be a decent idea. Maybe 1 or 2 shows a month. And of course, if we're going to TV, we could probably easily do that. And of course, getting on a pay-per-view provider is by far the most important thing you can do once you go up to medium size. Because pay-per-view money is big. It is massive. Anyway, let's advance to the next show. I think it's Ground Zero is our next show. I think it is. I think that is the second last show of the year. So yeah, looking forward to Ground Zero, if that is the actual show. I think it is, but honestly have no idea. All right. I'm looking forward to this match. It just sucks that that Zeus has those morale issues, because this match is not going to be as good as it could be. I feel like that's really unfortunate. Anyway, we've got a pay rise request here from Asono, but it's only very small. He only wants up to 130. So we've got another production change there by ACPW, going up to industry standard. What's their... let me check their size for a second here. Got 75 popularity in Quebec. That is massive. They're only 43 pop in Ontario. Interesting, yeah. Let's. I want to have a look at their. Can we look at their events and TV shows? Okay, so their TV show is still only on QTV, which is very, very strange almost. Because if they had that TV show on an actual if they had it on Wrestle World, it would be perfect for them. I'm not really too sure what they're doing as well. I mean, some of their pay-per-views, they're really not capitalizing on their proper pay-per-views, and they could be heading towards some debt. Let's have a look. Signed broadcasting deal. No way. On them. So they completed their broadcasting deal with WrestleWorld, and now they're on Ondem. Hold on. Ondem is like... That's the like the equivalent of like YouTube, I think, in the Cverse here. Ondem, yeah. Yep, there we go. That is that's very interesting. And yeah, they needed industry standard to actually get on there. That's not great for us. If they had their TV show on this network, dude, they could be taken over. As you can see, they've got small in USA, Canada, and I think Mexico, and England as well. Wow, the UK, sorry. So it's tiny in Japan, very small across Europe, small in Oceania as well, and then tiny in India. That is insane, man. I mean, realistically, that should be what we go for as well, now that I think about it. Interesting. Because all we need is medium size, so that could possibly come in the next episode. And we would literally be gaining popularity across every region in the game. Some of them only tiny and very small in Europe, but... Wow. I did not think about Ondem. I thought about Netstream, but Netstream's like 68 popularity across so many regions. Yeah, that could be a game breaker, that one. I'm surprised that that 3 of those companies are on that broadcaster as well. It was who was it? It was CZCW, ACPW, and I think was it GSW on there? I'm not sure. It might have been GSW. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. Let's focus on ourselves. First of all, we need to get to medium size. So let's do that. Let's book this pay-per-view, last show of the episode. And we'll start fresh for episode 25. Hopefully only needing 1 point of popularity. I mean, this main event could tank. It very well could tank. They are both in their mid-40s, and they're both in time decline, with one of them having morale issues. There is a possibility that it could tank. Either way, I'm still going to do the match. I feel like we've built this storyline over this episode, and I've really enjoyed the direction that we've taken with it, actually, especially with that great chemistry. And now Davis is essentially aligning himself with Zeus, and of course the possibility for them, I guess, even becoming tag team champions in the future. You know, the possibilities, it's there. It could be a real thing happening. And of course, my original plans were to have this storyline and then to move Gilmore and Zeus into the tag division together, which I thought would have been a perfect thing to do there. You know, having the real veterans. Okay, so alright, we've got some big problems here. So Gary the Entertainer, he's been offered a contract. Oh, it's only a handshake deal. Okay. That's an interesting one. Yeah. I thought that was gonna be a written contract. Now that I think about it, maybe we should... Ooh, do we want to offer him a contract? An exclusive written? Anyway, Diaz being offered a contract here by was that Black Maple? Are they even still around? They're still around. They've got 350,000. They're almost up to the next size. They're almost up to tiny, which is pretty hilarious. We're about to go up to medium, and they're only at tiny. And they've also offered a contract there to Brett. Now, are we still at war? Are we still at war with them? I think Diaz and Brett Kyle have both... I think they've both just rejected the offers. So, yeah. Anyway, Zeus has been signed to a handshake deal. Anyway, let's get into booking. Get into this last event. Alright, so there is WrestleWorld. Oh, nice. Oh, I thought that was Mentor Protege. Anyway, Wrestler's Court there. Small positive impact for Zippy Deverell. And we've got Bowden Snoop improving the backstage area as well. Alright, so let's do some more meddling. With Zeus and with James Diaz. Still no effect. Alright, and we're expecting 8,000. Over 8,000 fans. That's pretty good. Alright, so let's book that main event. So it's going to be Gilmore, and he's going to be taking on Zeus. Now, we're going to go 20 minutes, but obviously it's going to be a bit of a tough one. A bit of a tough one indeed. Obviously, it's going to be open, cold, slow built, and decisive. And I think during the match, we should have some sort of... I guess let's do botched interference by Davis. I feel like that kind of makes the most sense for the main event here. So there's the main event books. Now, of course, we got the Coalition Tag Team Championship match between the Rock City Stars and Feel Good Inc. And I'm just kind of worried the fact that New York are sniffing around for Gary. Man, that could be such a bad issue for us to run into, because he will be one of our big stars, Gary, down the line a little bit once he gets closer to the age of 30. But yeah, I'm just worried, really worried about it. I know it's only a handshake, but if we then offer him an exclusive written contract, then it could really turn into a bit of a bidding war. And I think New York might have more money than us. I'm not 100% sure. We can go and check that in a second, but just a little bit worried. Anyway, there's the tag team title match. Let's just go a singles match here for Davis, because he's obviously on the show itself. And I think he can maybe take on Lester. Have you ever done this match before? We have never done it. Perfect. Obviously, not going to be a successful night there for Lester himself, but he's going to be involved in a very, very good match. And of course, he's got a pretty decent opportunity to show what he can do against a world champion. I think in this next match, I'm going to go another tag, and let's have Let's have Los Hermanos 3 take on... No, yeah, we'll go not a team. I want to use Diaz. Of course, he does have the morale issues there as well, of course. So let's give him the victory. Kind of sucks making Gonzalez lose, but at this point, I feel like we pretty much need to give Diaz victories there to improve his poor morale issues. And then finally, I guess we'll go with Isono. Isono can take on maybe Taylor Norton. That'd be a pretty interesting match. Of course, both very, very strong up-and-comers. And yeah, it does need to be scripted. There we go. So that'll be the first match. And I think what we'll do in this match as well, just to make it a little bit more interesting, we will have a distraction onto Norton by the beautiful Deanna Desire. Of course, the new freshly managed, well, freshly partnered managerial relationship, I guess would probably be the way to say it. Make that one our storytelling. And there we go. So let's do angles. Just going to go for Gilmore prior to the main event. I think it's best we just put him by himself. He'll do the job. He'll do it. He knows exactly what he needs to do. And then, of course, we'll go for Feel Good Inc. as well. Where is he? Zippy. There we go. Give them some more success as well. 8 minutes. We'll advance the storyline. Even though I keep doing this, but I'm pretty sure I don't actually need to advance the storylines because it auto advances itself. I think that's only if you want the angle to advance with maybe one person in it. I wonder if you can do that. Let me have a look at that. So I'll advance that, and I want to kind of see if that'll actually work. There's only Gilmore by himself. I'm not sure if that's an actual thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's go for Deanna Desire and Utah. Now, I think we'll script this one because it's two people together, and they could potentially, be bad for each other. And what I mean by bad for each other, they could, well, one could essentially mess up the angle by not being decent enough scripted. And then I guess finally we'll do one more, and I guess we'll go for Davis. Entertainment. We'll script him as well. Even though last time he was pretty decent when we didn't script him, but I'd prefer to have the better. I think we also might make this Art Reed and then make the road agent for this angle Alexander Robinson. Okay. There we go. That is our final show of the episode, Ground Zero. Let's get into it. And we start off with a 54 rated angle for Deanna Desire and her newest client, Yuta Asono. Of course, after the backstabbing of our boy, well, our former boy, Malik Chamberlain, prior to him leaving the company. You then go into Yuta's match. Unfortunately, they just don't click together, so we only get a 41 match rating here. And we have Yuta Asono defeating Taylor Norton in 12:24 by pinfall with an Asono face melter. During the match, we also had Deanna Desire distract Norton there as well. Yeah, I mean, Yuta was really off his game. Only getting a 35. That's a strange one. And Taylor Norton with a 49 in-ring, despite having sort of negative chemistry. Maybe we should push Taylor Norton by himself. He actually looks like the standout of this match, which is very strange. Anyway, moving on to a 55 rated tag team match here, where we have Not a Team defeating Los Hermanos 3 in 11:57 when James Diaz pinned Marco Gonzalez with an Asian thumb spike. Yeah, it's a good match. We've got a 40 in-ring there for Ray Cavallero, which is good to see. And of course, we've got Gabriella doing some good work at ringside. So it's a nice little bonus there. We then move into a 74 rated angle from Davis Wayne Newton. As we'd expect, even scripted, he's able to pull 70s, like high 70 rated angles. So I think I want to stick with the script. We then go into a 67 rated match for him. That's how good he is. He can carry Wicked Leicester to a 67 rated match. And we do have our GOAT, Davis Wayne Newton, defeating Wicked Leicester in 11:48 by submission with an STF. Good match. We then go into a 73 rated angle for our boys Gary Walker and Zippy Deverill, Feel Good Inc. And of course, they are the current tag team champions, leading into their title match, which gets a 60. Very respectable. Like I said, our tag team division is starting to get up there. They're really, they're deserving respect from me. They definitely are. A 60 rated match, 12 minutes as well. If we gave them 20, it would have been even better, potentially. But yeah, Feel Good Inc. defeating the Rock City Stars in 12:10 when Gary Walker pinned Stan Manor with a lip service. And we got Feel Good Inc. making defense number 1 of the CWC Coalition Tag Team Championships. And yeah, Zippy was a weak link, but all around, it's a really good match. Really good match. Okay. Angry Gilmore, what are you doing? Oh my god. We get a 100 rated angle from Angry Gilmore. He is pissed off. He is angry. And we're going to see his fury here tonight. 100. A 100 rated angle. And he was superb without working with a script. Oh my god. I was not expecting that. I just hope this match does not tank. There are a lot of reasons why it will tank. I'm hoping it gets a 70. That would be the dream. Come on, boys, please. Anything above a 65 I'll be happy with, but 70 is the dream. Come on, here we go. Ooh, that was so close to making me happy. So close. We get a 64 rating for our main event here for Ground Zero. And we do have Angry Gilmore defeating Zeus Maximilian in 1956 by pinfall with an anger management. And during the match, we also had Davis Wayne Newton accidentally hit Zeus Maximilian. So yeah, the partnership could be over between Davis and Zeus. Could be. He cost him this match accidentally. It has to be said, it wasn't on purpose. It was an accident. But, they're scheming and they're planning before the match has come out and backfired. And as you can see, Angry Gilmore getting a win. And you have to say that would put him in contention to be the number 1 contender. But there are other people to think about. There are others. Zeus would be one of them. I mean, he's been pretty dominant since coming in as well. I think that's his first loss. I think that's his first loss, yeah. I don't think he's lost another match, so I think that is actually his first loss. But yeah, 64. Overall, we've done it. We beat our best ever show. We did it. Back-to-back episodes. We get a 72 overall show rating. And yeah, the old boys getting it done. I mean, like I said, I wanted a 65. That's what I would have been happy with. It was 1 point away for that main event. But a 72, Angry Gilmore's 100 rated angle, obviously doing a lot of good work for this show rating. And again, increasing our popularity. And don't forget, Zeus has morale issues as well. So without those morale issues, that might have been a better match. Something to think about. So yeah, we'll go for the same 3 guys we praised last time. Really want to get rid of these morale issues here. So yeah, Zeus was happy. So his morale issues hopefully will have gone away. But this has been a long episode. Over an hour and a half long, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Let's advance one day. I just want to see the final 140,000 viewers on Ground Zero. That is massive. All right, so let me advance one day. The 1st of December. And we will indeed check out exactly what is happening with the finances, how much profit we made for the month of November. And then I might check Angry Gilmore's popularity as well. Because I'm assuming after that 100, he probably gained a few points. Of course, getting the victory there as well. Ooh, Rocky Golden, apparently available. We made $304,000. We're $1,000 short of having 1.1 million. So this episode we broke 1 million in the bank, and we've almost broken 1.1 million in the same episode. Absolutely crazy. Size? Ooh, we didn't go up. Okay, that's interesting. I thought we were going to be 58, so we're still 57. We did increase popularity, so I'm assuming the next 2 shows that we actually get the increase, we will probably go up to 59. But as you can see, we went up to 34, so those regions did actually go up, as well as Alberta. That was 13. As you can see, we only gained the 3 points between the 2 months, which actually has been a trend for a long time, back since July. We've been gaining 3 per month. So, like I said, the next 2 shows will probably be popularity increases, as long as we actually make sure we get better rated shows than we need. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of the episode. Please smash a like to show your support. It's been a great episode, and we're getting so close to medium size. And of course, we already got Davis on an exclusive written contract, which is a massive bonus. Big plus for this episode as well. And of course, once we got up to medium, we're going to be offering a few more of these exclusive written contracts out as well to guys like Diaz. Probably have to offer one to Gary as well, now that New York is sniffing around. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, guys, if you're new or you haven't subbed yet for whatever reason. Make sure you do that and turn on the little notification bells, ding ding, turn them on. And yeah, we're getting pretty close to 10% of all subs having the bell turned on. So I do appreciate that as well, guys. And apart from that, as always, take it easy and goodbye.